What's going on YouTube? I have just finished recording the video on the Darkstar 72 trimmer, and now in this video I'm going to talk about the Darkstar 82 clipper. Take a look at it. Now this clipper doesn't have any labeling, but you can just go look at the Supreme Trimmer website and you'll see this is the exact same clipper that they've got on there for pre-sale right now. It's selling for I think $200 or $220. I think it was $200. But yeah, this is a Darkstar 82. It's got the vector motor. It's got the metal housing with a rubber grip right here in the back, textured rubber grip. So it's got a click lever. Take a listen. And like I said, it does have the vector motor, but it's not loud like the Instinct. I'm gonna give you guys a comparison real quick, okay? So check this out. Stylecraft Instinct, Darkstar 82. There we go. Okay. At first it wasn't turning on. I could hear the hum, but the blade wasn't moving. I got a little scared for a second. I was like, what's going on with my Instinct? You know, paid $300 for this thing. You would expect it to work for a good amount of time, you know, not just a year and a half, but or a year. I don't even know how long ago these came out, but yeah, man, I was just like, what the heck? But hey, that's Stylecraft for you. But yeah, you heard how loud it was. Now we're gonna give the 82 a sound test. Now both of them. So they have the same hum, but the Instinct is so much louder than the Darkstar 82. And not just that, but the Darkstar 82 is lighter than the Instinct. Now, I will say, when it comes to the lever, although this is not a bad lever, this is actually a really good lever. I do still prefer the lever on the Instinct. But, I mean, the lever is an important part of a clipper, but this is still a good lever. It's a little harder to adjust, but I'm sure if I just loosen it up a little bit, it'll probably be easier. Maybe the clicks won't be as loud. But what's so special about the Darkstar 82 clipper is the blade. So I'm going to show you guys the blades. Oh, let me see if it'll focus. There we go. So this blade is the Supreme Trimmer Tade blade. It's kind of like the Vapor blade. It's a mix between the two. Only the biggest difference between the two blades, the still blades at least, is that the Tade blade has deeper combs or deeper grooves within the still blade, and it adds like kind of like an echo blade effect. You know, you can hear it crunch. Now it's not quite as loud as the echo blade, the crunch, but you can still hear it crunch significantly more than this. Now this is a very loud clipper, so it could be the fact that it's super loud that you don't hear the crunch as well. This is a much quieter clipper. You can hear the crunch very, very easily, and I know a lot of barbers are a big fan of that. Another major difference in the blade is the cutting blade here. So if you look at the two blades, you'll see that the cutting blade on the Darkstar has much deeper teeth. The teeth on the Darkstar, they're a lot deeper. I don't know if that plays an effect on the volume of the crunch compared to the Instinct, but I do know that this blade can cut through anything. Like when I have clients with extremely thick hair, I'm pulling this out. This will not snag. It will just cut through anything, and it fades effortlessly. Like I feel like this fades easier than the Instinct. Now keep in mind, I can fade with anything. Whatever you give me, I can fade with it, and it doesn't take too many tries for me to learn how to fade with any clipper. But this thing can fade. The only problem with this clipper is that because it does have that crunch and it's not as loud as I would like for it to be, it's giving me the desire to put the Echo blade on here because the Echo blade is louder. And with this clipper being quiet, which I personally believe that it's quieter than the Saber 2s, I feel like the Echo blade with this would just, it'd be insane. It'd be crazy with the crunch. The clipper also has like a textured thumb rest right here for more grip, and then it's got a power switch on the front, which I'm a fan of the power switch. Honestly, I don't know what I like more between a switch and a button, but the position is what I really care about, and having the button or the switch on the front is my preferred. I feel like it's just more easily accessible. You don't have to like adjust your hand and flip something off to the side. So I'm really appreciative of having the power button or switch on the front. But overall, this clipper can fade good. It can cut through any amount of hair. Whenever I have a client with extremely thick hair and I'm using something that's just struggling to get through it, I'll grab this clipper and it just cuts like butter. This thing it's a great clipper, and it's got USB-C as well. So right here on the back, I really don't have anything negative to say about this clipper other than the fact that the blade doesn't give me quite as much of a crunch as I'm desiring, but it still gives you a good crunch. It just makes me want more. I don't know what it is about that crunch, but I love the crunch, and it makes me want to put the Echo blade on. But very good clipper, very strong clipper. So far it's been a very reliable clipper. This has been the clipper that I can complete any haircut with. If I'm struggling to use something, like for example a clipper that I struggle to get some of the lines closer to the skin out, or it would be the Low Pro FX Compact Series. Now I can still do it, but it just takes a little more work with those. And with this, anytime I have a line that I'm struggling to get out, it can be done, but I prefer to just do it with this because I'm all about efficiency, and this is a very efficient clipper. Now, since it does have the vector motor and it does have more RPMs than the Instinct, this is not a very forgiving clipper. Meaning, if you don't know what you're doing and you go up too high or you don't flick your wrist out the right way, you can easily patch somebody. You can easily take off too much hair. So I would not say that this is a beginner-friendly clipper. Now, it's priced beginner-friendly at $200 with like all the special benefits of a vector motor and a compact clipper, lightweight, metal housing, nice blade. It's priced very beginner-friendly. $200 for something like this is not bad. Now, could they have made it cheaper? Yeah, they probably could have, but I'm not gonna complain if I'm paying $200 for this versus $300 for this. If you guys are willing to buy this for $300, then this is a no-brainer, because this is this one right here, the Darkstar 82, is an improvement on the Instinct in every way. It's an improvement on ergonomics. It's an improvement on weight. It's an improvement on the materials used. Like, even the lever is metal. The lever here is plastic. It's an improvement on the blade. It's an improvement on efficiency. The battery lasts longer here. Stylecraft says this lasts for 4 hours. That's not true. It might last 4 hours, maybe, if you're cutting people that don't require this clipper to rev up. But they have updated on their website that this lasts 2.5 hours. This lasts 3 hours. So, at least that's what I've been able to get out of it. I've been able to get at least 3 hours of runtime. I don't know what the actual specs are, but that's just what I've been able to get. And it's much quieter too. So, and you heard how when I turned this on, I don't know if you heard the hum before, the quieter hum before the screaming hum turned on, but I turned it on and the cutting blade wasn't moving, and I could still hear a little hum, but as soon as that blade started moving, then it just amplified that hum like tenfold. Stylecraft is known for not having the best reliability, okay? They are good tools. They perform good. You just are sacrificing a couple things with them. You're sacrificing sound with the vector motor on the Instinct. You're sacrificing performance, because some Instinct clippers have blown up in the past. This one didn't want to turn on. Not sure why, but and their support team always kind of gives you a hard time, or they take forever to get back to you whenever you're trying to issue a warranty claim. Supreme Trimmer, I don't know, it could be the relationship I have with them, but if I ever have a problem, like one time I had ordered a recharge trimmer and the blade just wasn't hitting for whatever reason. I tried to adjust it, the screw was stripped, and it was stripped before I had even taken the blade off, the screw to adjust the cutting blade. And all I did was send them a message, and they sent me a replacement blade. I didn't have to pay anything extra for it. They just sent it to me. So maybe it's because I got a good relationship with them, but all I can say is Supreme Trimmer really looks out for their people, and Stylecraft, they make it difficult. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you just ordered something from them, they still want you to pay for a warranty claim. And now I'm no longer talking about the clippers anymore. Now I'm talking about the two brands, since these are essentially the same clipper, just one is better than the other. We're going to talk about the brands. Supreme Trimmer is better than Stylecraft in every way. When I got the Metal Instinct trimmer, it wasn't turning on. I fully charged it, and there was something wrong with I think they said the soldering of some internal components wasn't done properly, and I had just got it, literally just bought it, took it out the box, and within the first day they were having issues, and they couldn't honor their guarantee of a good product. So what they did is they offered to fix it, but I still had to pay the $20 warranty fee, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, $20 isn't bad to spend to fix something, but when you just pull it out the box earlier that day and it doesn't want to function the way it should, it doesn't want to power on, and it starts smoking, and you just opened up the box, there's no way that you should be paying $20. Like, I was a little upset that they wanted me to pay them $20 to get it fixed. Now, I did it. But to me, that's just bad customer service. And Supreme Trimmer, they didn't even think twice. They said no problem. I was even able to request a different blade. So I requested the blade that came on my first recharge trimmer, and they sent me that blade, so for free. Stylecraft, I don't think they would have done that. They would have given you the exact same blade, and they would have charged you for it, even if it came out damaged. So that's the difference between the two companies. If I have to pick one brand to side with for the rest of my career, right now it's looking like Supreme Trimmer is that brand. So I'm glad to be partnered with them because they really do take care of their people. But back to the final review. This is a very good clipper, a solid clipper. I would rank this a 10 out of 10. The only reason why I'm not ranking it a 10 out of 10 and why I'm going to go down to a 9.5 is because the blade makes me want to put an Echo blade on. Not because of the performance, but because I just crave that extra volume to the crunch. But all in all, if we put my desires of a louder crunch aside, 10 out of 10, 6, maybe a 7 out of 10. But this is an improvement on this in every way. Micro USB, USB-C. So there you have it, guys. The Darkstar 82 clipper, it's on pre-sale right now at Supreme Trimmer website, and it's gonna run you $200. You can use my code SupremeNick to save some money at checkout. I think it's like 15%, so you'll save like $30. You can get this for 170 bucks if you use my code. So why not get it? You got a much better clipper than the Instinct, and you're gonna spend almost a little over half the price if you use my code to get this. So I would go ahead and order if I were you guys. I love this clipper a lot. This is either my #1 favorite clipper or my #2. I won't tell you guys what the other one is, not right now, because I'm gonna talk about that in my next video. So until next time, you guys have a blessed week, and I'm gonna make another video. Take care. Peace.